All right, guys. Yeah, we back at it, man. We had a little audio issue. Definitely give the thumbs up if you can hear us out there. I definitely got the heard. I heard the music. But again, episode 1, we got my guys. We got Cello. We got Ken. Big up the Carney. Big up the Burrow Cabinets. What's going on, fellas? How are you?
Doing great.
Yeah, everything good. If y'all guys don't know, you know these guys from Modern Clean Cuts, Cello and Ken. But they doing their own things. They doing big things, definitely. So we definitely want to spotlight them on the show. Cello, we got the Burrow Cabinets. Tell us how we got the Burrow Cabinets from like Modern Clean Cuts. We, doing the thing with the cabinets. How did that come about?
So how we set up that play was Kenny had the opportunity to start up the Canary Marble and Granite Company. So I stayed back and held down Modern Clean Cuts for a little while, made sure everything was running smooth while he went ahead and built Canary. And once he got this established, I came and I kind of played my part as well. He wanted me to go out and help bring in some contractors, things he was already doing himself, but he kind of wanted to make a place for me as well.
Okay.
That's how we move. If
Yeah.
I'm making a play, I got to bring him with me. If he's making a play, he's bringing me with him as well.
For sure.
So as I was establishing my space here, I started showing an interest in cabinets.
Okay.
We did a few kitchens, and I actually made a few connections over there at the cabinet company, just talking like I normally do. And some people took a liking to me, so I had like an inside that would give me some information on cabinets.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I'm a sponge, man. I started soaking up the information. I was like, I think I could do something with this. So Kenny was like, if you're serious about it, let me know. We could put the play together. So that's what I did. I came to him about it. I said, cuz I think the cabinet thing would be a good look. And he was like, it plays hand in hand with countertops. We put countertops on cabinets. So
yeah, for sure. It's
exactly.
like Kid said earlier, you can't have a car without tires.
Exactly. So I'm the tires.
So for sure. So Ken, we got Carney. We went from, like I said, Modern Clean Cuts, very was doing big things. Like I think like in Warminster, Modern Clean Cuts is the barbershop.
Yeah, 100%.
The establishment. So we went from Modern Clean Cuts to now we doing Carney and we doing Marble and Granite. So what got us here? Tell us how we got from barbershopping to cutting hair to now we running things. We running this whole thing here.
So for me, a lot of people don't understand or even realize because they know me from the barbershop, but I started out with Marble and Granite. The reason why I started cutting hair is because in '08 when the economy crashed, I wanted to figure out something that I can do that was recession proof, and hair is always going to grow.
Yeah.
So I knew that Cello was already cutting hair in college. So I pretty much told him like, hey, listen, man, if you teach me how to cut hair,
Yeah.
I'll start cutting hair. So he actually got me my first clippers, gave me pretty much taught me the ropes, and then from there I got into a barbershop, and I got him into the barbershop shortly after me. But I've always did countertops.
Okay.
People don't know that about me, though.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for me, this is what I do. I was never really I mean, I'll give you a clean haircut, but I was never really a barber. This is
you, right?
Yeah, 100%.
This is 100%. This is what you saw.
I learned this business from my father.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So my father taught me this business, and this is. I remember as a kid, I would go to work with him.
Yeah.
So once I graduated high school, I could not wait to do this full time.
Full time. So, and like I said, the account, because I remember '08, that was when the housing
market,
the whole crash. It was ready to go in the tank.
Yeah. So it started in '08, and I held in. The company I was working for at the time, they kept me on until like the beginning of 2010. So maybe like February 2010. It was like, okay, I kind of got my walking papers. And it's crazy because that company that I worked for from 2004 to 2010, I work with that company.
Wow.
Now so I do their they no longer do the countertop. It's just a tile company.
Okay, so now they run the business through you. You used to work for them. Now they running the business.
They do the tile, and then I do their countertop jobs.
Okay,
it's just crazy how everything.
Big up, yeah, for sure how everything plays out with that. And again, like I said, the shop, and no one thought like I didn't think granite was your thing. But I do remember you coming in and out of the shop, working, doing the shop, and coming in with the work boots on.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I mean, you was coming in to work with the work boots on, like all right, I'm ready to cut some hair. So I definitely remember those days at the shop. Like I said, so tell her, where do we see like Burrow cabinets in, like, to say the next 1 to 2? What's the 5-year plan for the company?
So my 5-year goal would be definitely a few showrooms that you could walk into, see everything on display. Of course, there's going to be Canary countertops on every cabinet in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe a separate building, perhaps.
Okay.
If the space, I think it might not be enough space for both of us in here as we grow.
Yeah.
I know how his, how he sees things. So I probably, I started my space in here, and I'm still here for now. But yeah, I could see it growing to something, a lot bigger. Just scaling my business to the point where what I'm doing now and the success that I've been getting now, times 10.
Times 10.
Times,
Times 10 for sure. And like I said, I'm gonna ask you that same question. Where we see Carney in the next, say, 1 to 2 to 5 years?
Definitely the same. I probably most likely. It's not even most likely or anything. I will for sure have different showrooms all throughout Bucks County, maybe even into New Jersey.
Okay.
But also, I feel like within the next 5 years, when a customer from someone maybe just thinking about redoing their countertops to a contractor, I think it would. If they think about marble and granite, they're gonna think about Canary marble and granite. So.
Okay, for sure. And again, like I said, it's crazy because it's like you guys, you went from the barber shop to now, you guys y'all both have your own thing on, Burrow and Carney. What like so the show, like, I like to give gems to folks, like people trying to start these businesses. What is it that like you see as obstacles that may come across, that if someone's trying to start up a business, say, hey, all right, I'm trying to start my own thing. Like, I want to start my own photography business, or do I first get my LLC? Do I first try and get a loan? Do I try and, like, it's probably so much they thinking about what is like the first step in, like, or what you guys would say would be the first step, or think would be, or what was your first step when, y'all started the business?
So for me personally, I've never gotten a business loan from when I started the barbershop. Me and Cello also have a trucking company called Trucking Logistics. To the countertop company, I've never gotten a business loan. So I wouldn't tell people to go that route, only because you do it off your own back, do it off your own money. You know what I mean? I feel like once you get to the point to where you have generated enough finances, or you put enough money away to where you can actually build the company, there's a part of your personality that's activated to where you're like 100% a go-getter. I feel like sometimes with you taking somebody else's money, or getting a loan from a bank, it kind of would make you
in debt.
Yeah, in debt, or lazy in a sense. Like everything you see, I don't owe nobody nothing from the building to my material to I don't owe no banks.
Yeah.
My machinery, forklifts, I don't owe anybody anything. I did it off of my own back, so I don't tell anybody to just do it yourself, man.
Do it yourself.
If you can do it, just grind out. Set a 5-year plan. Just grind out. You're gonna have to sacrifice. Maybe going out or even dressing the best.
For sure.
I wear white T-shirts every single day now.
For sure. I
learned, I wear a white T-shirt. My clothes are cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's what it's crazy, because if you ever watch like them Facebook memes and they show you like a businessman, a millionaire, he got on some loafers, no socks. So it's like, like everybody worried about running out and buying Gucci suits and belts and this, that, and the third.
But those are. That's an image they're portraying. That's a salesperson. Like the actual person that owns the business, they don't look like that, man. They don't look like. I know multi-millionaires that if you saw them at Dunkin' Donuts, you would probably feel sorry for them and want to buy them a coffee. You have no idea. You know what I mean? But like that image, that's an image to portraying to sell something. Those are salespeople. And I have people like that work with me also. But but that's not the
They're
actual.
better suited to sell.
Yeah, they're better suited to sell.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between looking successful and being successful.
successful, for
And when you
sure.
spend more time looking successful, that's less time you work on being successful.
sure.
And the
For sure.
person that works on being successful, they don't look as successful. It's just the way it is. It's
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
Holes in your
We
socks,
we
man.
learned
Yeah.
branding. My brother was really pushing branding heavy on us, merch and the whole nine, which is what we did with Clean Cuts. And ever since then, you see Canary hoodie. We got a press machine. We press it up.
Okay.
The jackets,
Get it right
the
then and
hats,
there.
and the whole nine. You know,
Yeah,
you
that-
see
I
his
mean-
3 trucks outside Canary. Everything is branding, and it's when you want to look like successful, you take your business, build a business, which is, I mean, to have a business doesn't even take long. Got it to a point. You go on his legal Zoom. We got a whole lineup.
Now it's like the
Just put
LL
the business together. Just start the business first. A lot of people don't know where to start.
Yeah, and that's the
It's
thing.
like,
And
you
that's
just
when I
gotta
said,
start.
did you the LLC? That was your first.
So first you start with the internal business plan within yourself, you know what I mean? And then from there you can go on like a legal Zoom
Yeah.
and start the LLC. I mean, you got to make sure that the name is available, and then but also you got to figure out if your business is gonna be a LLC, a S class corporation, a C. So I would say, I mean, start with the internal business plan. Maybe talk to an accountant. Or,
Definitely get an accountant that
Yeah,
you
see,
trust.
that's crazy because
An
you just
accountant.
said all I know is LLC.
No,
like
no,
you done told me
Yeah.
some S class, some what is that? Like
Well, an S corporation is like you can start with a C corporation and then you have to get it.
So
Turned into an S
LLC is a limited liability company. Okay, so that means that you are somewhat responsible for your just in case something is to happen. Okay,
Okay.
S class corporation is pretty much like your business is your child. Like you are, it's its own entity.
okay,
So it does everything by itself. So if someone was to sue your S class corporation, they don't deal with you. They deal with the business and they deal with the insurance company.
oh okay,
sense, yeah.
okay,
So
that makes sense.
LLC is if it's an LLC, then you're somewhat reliable for I mean you got to if something is to happen, it can fall back onto you.
On
also.
you're liable
But
for it.
like an S class corporation, it's the business that.
And this is all information that you get from an accountant. You know,
Yeah, you
like
get all
that's
that-
how he learned it. They sat down with the accountant. The accountant put him on the game, and he said, "Okay, now I know." So this when you get an accountant that you trust, you ask them, "Okay, what is best suited for me?" And they'll sit down and explain it to you. That's an accountant's job.
Yeah.
You know, they know what they do. If I had to be an accountant, I'd have to go to school. I'd have to do
Yeah,
so
for
much
sure.
to be able to
Yeah.
do what they do. So that's part of business is putting the person that knows what they do, put them in place to do what they do. So that you don't have to learn everything they do. You just learn the gist of it so you know that to see, are they doing a good job at it or what have you. But that's their expertise. Let them do that.
Okay,
And the
So
accountant
you
comes
gotta
and
have
puts you on.
You gotta have a good accountant. You gotta have
Sure.
a good insurance person also. So someone that
Yep.
sits down and knows insurance and talks to you about like, hey, what type of insurance that you need. That's what you need also.
that's what you some good insurance. So and a good accountant.
Good accountant. A good accountant is like so important. Just a good accountant is so important because you got to pay taxes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like you see a lot of people getting into tax trouble and tax. I had some family members, man, that were in tax trouble, and the information that my accountant told me, I was actually able to help them out with their tax issues.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
okay, so that's
it's like you got to have a good. Everybody has to pay taxes.
Yeah,
man.
for
So
sure. You can't they want theirs. They want theirs. For
they're
sure.
gonna get it
first.
Yeah,
They want theirs
100%.
first.
You got to pay them now or later. And later
Yeah.
costs more.
Yeah, so
pay them now.
pay
Yeah,
them
pay 'em now.
Monthly, quarterly, don't wait yearly, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
But so we got the accountant, we got ourselves, we got to make sure we have what was that?
Insurance
agents.
We dealt with the same insurance agent since
Yeah,
Clean Cuts. Sean. He's got Hake. Is it? We name
Sean.
dropping?
Yeah, go ahead, name drop.
Got
You know what I mean?
Hagen's. I think it's Hagenstown Insurance down in Hatboro.
Hatboro.
Sean always looks out every time, every vehicle.
Man, I've been dealing
no matter
with,
what it is.
I've been dealing with Sean, man, for the last probably 10 years. Sean is good. Sean taught me a lot about insurance, man. I mean, for my personal vehicles, I probably have maybe 10 personal vehicles. I got 4 company trucks. I go through Sean.
Go through Sean. So big up to Sean.
All the businesses from the barbershop to the trucking company, the cabinet company, the Canary. Sean is the guy to go to for insurance.
Yeah, Sean's the guy for insurance. So big up to my guy Sean out there in Hatboro. Look him up. So we got all that. So what is it? Can we tell this next generation of business owners? Because the way I see it, this is brothers like y'all.
Yeah, 100. It's not
It's-
even
it's
the next
brother-
generation. It is
it's-
now. If you notice
It's now, like you said, it's now.
Yeah, the face of business has changed. It's no longer, no disrespecting nobody, but it's no longer the gray haired guy with the suit. It's
Yeah.
people that look like us is the new face of business. And it's nothing taken. There's no pun intended to them because they did what they did to get us to where we are now. But the face of business has changed, man. I know so many young business owners nowadays. It's crazy. I mean, I have a. We said we name dropping, right?
Go ahead, name drop.
Jake Walters, a high-end watch dealer. He's been handling his business for years. I know the green guys have what do they have? They have the roofing inside and the concrete company. It's like the face of business is
The
changing.
landscaping company, you do the outside bars.
Anthony, the Senzio.
Okay.
They're all young guys, man. 30s, somewhere late 20s, 30s. So it's like the face of business has already done change. So it's like this. I tell the young guys like myself, man, just keep grinding, just keep going,
For sure.
keep working, man. What you put in is what you get out. Nothing more, nothing less. And I guess it's our time.
Yeah, for sure. Cello saying is the same.
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
I would say definitely watch the information you're taking into. A lot of the young generation, well, the new generation, they're it's destructive, man. Like and I understand that the music is the music, but it goes back to the old conversation. Does the music imitate reality? Is reality imitate music? I think it's both.
Yeah.
Because if you and it's not just music though, it's whatever you're bringing in. So as you be careful of what you're bringing in. That's all. The conversations you take too. There's a lot of times where there's conversations now that are speaking about things that they're not getting me to where I want to go. I'll leave out the conversation respectfully quick because it's just you bring in too much unnecessary information. Is messing up. You're already trying to. When somebody's building a business, you got to understand, you have to talk yourself into sometimes doing this. This is the vision you have in your head.
No one has that
and you're
vision
trying to
you
put it
have.
out there. Yeah, so you're like, I'm going to tell the world that what I have is important.
Yeah.
So now you have other people around you that as you start to speak these things out loud, other people may put their fears and their insecurities into your plan. And now they're saying, I don't, are you sure you did this? You sure? Because, the generation before us, like you said, a lot of them started off of fear. In the new generation, I don't even think they have fear. A lot of them,
they don't.
They're just going out and getting it.
Yeah.
So on top of the resources, it's also I think a lot of the younger people are just ready to go. Because as it got younger, they say inhibitions to the wind. When you're younger, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
You jump out the window a lot when you're young.
Yeah.
And you can take bigger chances when you're young because
for sure.
the stakes aren't as high. You can bounce back quick when you're young. If you're 50 and you're trying to start over, that's hard to do.
Yeah, for sure. And like you don't want to do that when you like got mouths to feed and things like that. So it's like you definitely want to put that effort and not let the outside distractions. That's the one thing I don't allow. I don't allow that outside energy, especially if it's negative.
That's
if
why
it's
I'm
not protective or productive of what I'm trying to do.
That's why I'm not outside. You don't see me. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
You don't see me. I kind of lock in and
Yeah, I mean, I feel you because I notice I fall back. I'm not out as much. I'm not out anymore. I don't go out. I'll focus on what I need to focus on. Like my drive is crazy right now, especially with this whole podcast thing I'm trying to put together. The drive on it has been like through the roof to kind of get everything together. So we can get guys like y'all up here to drop these gems on these people out here so they know what's good.
Sure.
For sure. Again, so what did Modern Clean Cuts? Let's talk about Modern Clean Cuts. I haven't been in a while. How's the shop doing? How's everyone at the shop? Ken, I know you said you was like, I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah, man, last time I was there, I ain't been there in a while.
Get his beard shaped up.
I'm on the camera though.
Yeah.
You
He watches the camera.
Yeah,
we have our.
That's it.
So he'll go on there and listen to some of the conversations.
Yeah.
But I ain't there.
How's the
the shop misses his personality a little bit. I'm in there one or 2 days a week now because I still have a client base I'm trying to attend to, and some of the people that I've been trying to put into place. I'm throwing the oop and they're not catching the oop yet, man. I'm trying to get some of the barbers a little bit more clientele,
Okay.
But It's okay though. It's kind of helping with balancing things. But yeah, the barbershop's doing great. I think we're at 7 barbers now, maybe 8. It may be 7
I
now.
remember it was like
We started at like 4.
4.
Yeah,
it was 4.
well, we started with me and him, and then
started with
Jacob
2.
came along.
Yeah, it was.
But Jacob also has his own business,
shop.
but
Big
he's
up to
doing
Jake.
well
Big
too.
up to Jake,
Definitely.
yeah, for sure. Big up to everybody
Yeah.
that from the shop, from when I was there, the old days, and
Yeah, and
they
branched out.
and did their thing. But you guys facilitated that for them. Like I think you
Yeah, we
guys
helped
set that
whatever we could. Yeah.
You set that model for a couple guys. It was like, okay, we gonna get y'all, like we got y'all, like, and then
That's funny too.
they went out and did their thing.
A barber called us. Well, hit us up on Instagram. You remember the barber? He said, "I'm just gonna copy exactly what you guys did." He told us.
Wow.
He said, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna copy exactly what you did when I start mine. I'm not saying that about a barber that left us and did that, but a barber from another place."
But is that
That's
like,
what
how
they
do you
told
feel
us.
about? Is that like a compliment, or is that like you,
kinda laughed
take
at it a
that
little
as
bit.
a
Nah, like for me, it's a compliment. I think that the only time a barber has ever left was to do his own thing. I mean, and I think that they did their own thing. Like any barber that left, like they kind of they have their own shop. I wouldn't even call it like it's totally different from Modern Clean Cuts. They created their own thing. They're in their own space, and I applaud that. But for me, it's a compliment. If a person leaves the barber shop to go off and do their own thing, man, I'm honored. Like I told the guys, like, honestly, I didn't want any barbers staying there more than 5 years. I felt like if they stayed there longer than 5 years, then I did something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You made them comfortable.
Yeah,
You made them
exactly.
Yeah.
So I wanted them to be in a space to where they can come there and, you know what I mean, even if they're not established barbers, so where they can come there and get established and kind of do their own thing and put other barbers on. Also, our space is only so big; we can only take in so many. We can only kind of bring up a certain amount of barbers at a time. But it's like, you know what I mean? If I can take 10 barbers and this guy left and he has a space for 5 barbers, and then this guy leaves and he has a space for 5 barbers, man, we done helped out so many people in a sense.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
for me, that's that type of
To
stuff.
piggyback off that, our goal was actually we wanted to start like a franchise at some point, or at least a where we had a few shops where we can as we build an app, it would piggyback off of each shop. So if this shop is too busy because we had an issue with clients kind of walking out because we didn't have space for them, it would tell them the next closest shop and tell them what the availability is if they were to book online. So that was one of our goals as well. But if a barber has his own vision, then it's hard to say that he should fall into ours. So if they have their own vision, you kind of go ahead and go about that. But if you would like help with what you're trying to do and you want to be part of the team that we've been trying to build, then there's always space for growth as well, like, but I get exactly what he was saying though. We want people to continue to grow, especially with the way that we move. It's like you're always forward thinking. It's rare, but you like when you get a person that's also forward thinking and they're looking to grow and everybody can grow together. Then you build a team, and as everybody makes money, you go on to the next play, and now it turns into like an investment team or an investment group. And I know Kenny has always spoken to me about a vision of a complex. You were speaking about. So as you build the investment group and you have a bigger capital, you can go to a bank, what have you, or off the muscle, like you said, out of your own pocket, and go ahead and build something big that can pay you back for generations to come.
That's what I'm looking for, that generational wealth.
Yeah,
that's what I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. Where I'm at in life is like, all right, what can I do to leave for my youngin? Like I'm getting close to that 50 mark. I'm almost there. So it's like, all right, what can I leave for them when it's my time?
That's the way to think now.
Yeah, and I think you get older. When you get older, that's what you start to think like, damn, what can I do now? And like I said, for these youngins nowadays, it's like that's why I'm put you guys on the spotlight, because these youngins need to see brothers like y'all, man. Like real talk, because I like the way they like I said, they have they're lawless is what I like to say, lawless now, and like I need them to see positive images of people that like, look, like you said, I did this on a muscle. It's good to do it on a muscle, so you don't owe nobody. I don't want to be in debt to no bank. Whereas, like, I want to be able to, like, do this. I want to be able to succeed and
You want
prosper.
to hear something that's crazy? Is when you do it the way that I did it, the banks start the they actually start this. They want your business.
Yeah.
They come looking for
Yeah,
you.
they come looking for you.
So, like right now,
Yeah.
I got Janet Jackson tickets the 18th of next month from a bank that wants my business.
Oh, see?
Yeah, so it's totally different. Now they come to you. Now it's not no longer walking into the bank. You walk into the bank now, it's like they take you into the private room.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
it's-
that's
it's-
it. Yeah,
yeah, it's a
VIP
totally- yeah, it's a
treatment.
totally
Yeah,
different.
totally different.
It's totally different. So
Yeah,
I
because
did-
you don't need their money; they need yours.
Yeah,
at
they
that
try.
point.
At this
You know,
point, yeah.
like we want you to keep your money here. You know,
Yeah,
like
Yeah, we don't want it to go nowhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, again, this is show one, man. Show one. I think we did one hell of a job. I appreciate you guys for sure. We're gonna do this again. Yeah, man. We out of here.